Okay, hello. So I've just pulled over just take a quick 5 minutes just to talk about success habits, because I like to talk about personal development. And I'm pulled up in Saltash at the minute, so have a quick look at that. Not a particularly sunny day, but looking quite nice, I think. Not a bad place to be working today. So yeah, quickly just pulled over just to talk about this. I saw a video on YouTube just recently by a guy who seems to be getting quite a lot of success on YouTube. He's getting quite a few hundred views and stuff, a few 100,000 views, sorry. Of course, you know, I'm glad if I get sort of 50 or 100 or something like that, but you know, that's fine. I like to talk about this stuff. It kind of cements it in my mind, and I like to sort of get the information out there and see where I can kind of help where I possibly can, because I really like doing coaching and consulting, and I absolutely love personal development books. I do a lot of reviews on them as well. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about this video this guy put on. He was talking about the difference between instant gratification and long-term gratification for success. And he's basically kind of making the point that, you know, the more we indulge in kind of things that give us instant gratification, like sort of junk food and alcohol, and things like that are easy, that give us like an instant sort of dopamine high, the less likely we are to discipline ourselves to do things that give us kind of like a long-term satisfaction and kind of improve our chances of finding success down the line. And I think that's really, really true. That's something I've been thinking quite a bit about recently. I'm in the process of writing a personal development book at the minute, and one of the things I want to talk about is this. So I found this video really interesting. I can't remember his name. Sorry, otherwise I would say who he is and you can check him out. But he's pretty well known on YouTube. I'm sure you'll come across it. He's talking about a graph. There's a graph on there which shows the difference between instant gratification and long-term gratification. It's quite interesting. But I'm just going to make it a bit more simple for the purpose of this video, because I don't use editing and stuff like that particularly. And yeah, basically I just think that it's really important that we try to discipline ourselves to do those small things day to day that just get us in the habit of doing things that will improve our long-term sense of success. Because I think the more you can do that, the more you can build that momentum up, the better you feel, the more positive you feel, the more satisfied you feel in the long term. The more you kind of just give in and do the easy things like lying on the sofa, watching hours of Netflix, eating chocolate, drinking alcohol, all that sort of stuff is easy, the more in the long run, whether you admit it or not, the worse you feel down the line once you start getting fat and unhealthy, and you start getting ill. You don't achieve, you stop achieving anything anymore, and you just feel like life is kind of a bit pointless. You're just indulging those kind of, that dopamine fix basically. You just become kind of addicted to dopamine, like he says, and you just become dissatisfied and quite often depressed. So discipline is kind of the key. If you can kind of discipline yourself just to do just a few things each day that will help you down the line, like maybe something creative, like discipline yourself just to do a certain amount of writing or journaling or something, play an instrument, read. If you find reading really difficult, then listen to books on Audible possibly. Exercise, even if it's just a small amount every day to begin with. It's just about getting into those habits, exercising that effort to begin with, and once you get into those habits over time, quite often you'll find you actually start enjoying it. I've been exercising for years now, ever since I was quite young, and I really enjoy it. And I find without exercise I get quite irritable and I need to do it, so I really enjoy that. But I find other things more difficult. I've started writing recently and I find it really difficult to discipline myself to do that. Some days I get quite a bit done, other days I don't. But that doesn't mean that on the days I don't, I just give up. I still sort of say to myself, fair enough, I haven't done quite so well recently, but pick it back up again, get back on with it. And it is slowly becoming something I'm starting to enjoy. And I'm slowly starting to get that feeling of excitement about it and thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm doing all right here. I'm getting a few words down here. It's not a book necessarily yet, but in time it could be. And the more you just kind of get your mind, your imagination going and sort of disciplined and the more you start enjoying the process of personal development, the better you're going to do. And you have to have patience as well. You have to realise that these things that happen overnight, you can't just suddenly decide that you want to improve and in a week suddenly you're a completely different person. It is going to take a bit of time. Do the reading, do the creative stuff, try to resist some of the temptations, those dopamine fixes like the chocolate, the fast food, lounging around. try and resist them as much as you can. You don't have to give them up completely, just kind of resist them a bit. Do the disciplined things that will help you, even if it's a tiny amount to begin with here and there, and in time you will feel so much better for it. You'll feel so much more positive, you'll build that momentum, and you will do so much better in the long run. You will improve yourself, you will find more success. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of talk about that just very quickly while I had a chance. So yeah, just one last view. There you go, the sun's starting to come out now. Very nice down here. Cool, thanks for your time.